Welcome back to the Ark Survival Guide. We have some more exciting Ark news to talk about because this week's Community Crunch was packed with new information about the epic TLC update, which is coming to Ark very soon. In this video, we will talk about everything we just learned, including the official launch date for the TLC update, which actually won't be too long from now. Ark also just announced some major upgrades to the taming system, which I am super excited about. It is about to get so much easier to tame dinos in Ark, and we will talk about why this will be so awesome for us. And we got more details on the changes to dinosaur breeding coming along with the TLC update. They just announced some really useful insects we will be able to breed, along with another creature I think people will be extremely happy about. So be sure to watch this whole episode. We will go over everything we currently know about the Ark TLC update, including its release date. If you like this video or find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for all notifications, because you won't want to miss all the helpful Ark news, guides, live streams, and Let's Plays coming to this channel very soon. So let's get started. So first of all, let's go over the actual release date for the TLC update, because a lot of you are probably just wanting to know what that is and when we can play it. So on November 7th is when they are going to actually release the TLC update, and I think that should be pretty solid. They should be pretty good about actually meeting that release date, because they're usually pretty good at hitting these updates right on the day that they release, and that's actually a Saturday, which is unusual for them. Now, once again, anytime there's a release date for any new update on Ark, expect it to happen at midnight and be really happy if it happens before that. But a lot of times these big updates just actually happen pretty early in the day, so we might be able to play that early-ish on Saturday, and there's going to be a lot of really exciting new features that we can try out, so it's definitely worth booking some of your Saturday to try out this new TLC update right on that release date. Just don't be too disappointed if it comes really late in the evening. Now, some really exciting news this week is they've announced which insects we will be able to breed with the TLC update. In a previous news update, we actually talked about how they teased that you might be able to breed insects, and they showed us a baby praying mantis. And turns out our speculations were correct, because they have just officially announced that everything shown here will be breedable with the TLC update. And some of the creatures they're adding are actually bats, which have never been breedable before, but they're not insects, of course. We can also breed spiders, moths, scorpions, Arthropleura, and mantis. Now, some of these are pretty okay, some of these are really exciting. Like, scorpions are great for knocking out dinos without actually having to use tranks, because they have built-in poison. Mantis are actually amazing at KOing just about anything, because you can put two clubs in their hands and they will dual wield and knock out crazy high-level stuff really quickly. And Arthropleuras are great for chewing up defenses, so there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do if you can actually establish a really good breeding line. And with mutations and breeding, we can get some pretty crazy overpowered mantis, arthropleuras, and scorpions for our team. And they've also announced another creature that will be breedable, which we were not expecting at all, but this is pretty huge. After the TLC update, we will be able to breed almost every wyvern, which is a huge game changer for a lot of people, and this will apply to every map. Now, we can currently breed crystal wyverns, which is a pretty big thing on the Crystal Isles, but if you've got some really good wyverns, like lightning wyverns, fire wyverns, ice wyverns, you can start breeding those and have an entire mutated, amazing, overpowered line of wyverns without having to steal every single egg that you hatch. And that's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. Now, do keep in mind the zombie wyverns will not be breedable. I mean, who wants to breed zombies anyway? But the new Halloween update that's going on right now with the big event will actually have zombie wyverns, which you can tame and claim, but you won't be able to breed them. But either way, this update to the breeding is going to be pretty amazing and groundbreaking for a lot of people, and I'm super excited about that. But now let's talk about the updates to the taming system, because that is even more groundbreaking, and this week is actually the first we've heard about this, so this is pretty huge news. So now let's talk about the changes to the taming system with the new TLC update that's coming out really soon, because even though we just found out about this week, this is actually a groundbreaking change which is going to make our lives so much easier with the new TLC update. So as you can see here, they are going to add a new display for all of your tames, which will actually allow you to check and see how your tames are doing from anywhere. And that is going to be an absolute game changer. So you can be taming multiple dinos at the same time in different locations, and you'll be able to keep an eye on their torpidity. And instead of having to go all the way back to your tame and see how its torpidity's doing every time you get done doing stuff around the house, you can actually check from anywhere and see which dinos are going to wake up soonest, which ones are the highest priority. And for people like me who like to tame 2 or 3 dinos at the exact same time, it's going to be much less likely for us to lose our tames because we lost track of which one was closest to waking up or got sidetracked with something. So we can instantly check and see how they're all doing and be able to go to the most important one that's going to wake up the soonest, which is going to be a real game changer. And another feature about this taming display is it's going to show you how far away your dinosaurs are from your current location. Doesn't sound super amazing at first, but think about this. How many times have you tried to tame a dino, especially a really small, hard to see dino, and it has passed out, right up against some bushes or in the middle of some trees or somewhere where you can't really see it? With this new feature, you'll be able to use that kind of like a homing beacon and get yourself closer and closer to wherever that passed out dinosaur is, even if you totally forgot where you knocked it out or you get lost on the way. You can actually use it as a homing beacon to help you find that dinosaur, and you'll be able to just keep checking that distance, make sure you're getting closer every time, and you'll eventually be able to find where that dino is passed out. So that should actually be a huge improvement for a lot of people. Now, on top of all that other useful information, it's going to display their health and food status, which is extremely helpful because you can tell if they're getting attacked by some wild dino if their health starts going down, and knowing when they're going to get hungry again and take their next bite of food can actually be extremely helpful if you're trying to feed them, say, mostly prime meat. It's also going to display the creature's gender and level so you can keep them straight if you've tamed a couple of the same species, and it'll show their taming effectiveness while you're taming them. In this next section, I'm not 100% sure what they mean by it, but let me know in the comments what you guys think about this and what your theories are. I'm sure they'll give us more in-depth information next week as we're getting closer to the launch date of this TLC update. But they've said they will add an option to track specific creatures via in-world waypoints, which can be hovered over for an over-screen overlay, displaying additional information. Now, I'm not sure if that is actually what we're seeing here, if this is the overlay, or if we're actually going to have an ability to track certain dinos, like if we can mark them and have it tell us where they are before we've knocked them out, or even if it could tell us where we can find certain creatures, like say you're looking for a beaver and it'll tell you when a beaver appears. I doubt it's going to be that useful, but it would be really cool if it was. Now that's probably wishful thinking, but let me know in the comments what you guys think and what your theories are. Now, if you've been keeping up with my Ark news updates, you'll probably know that they've actually announced they will be doing some major TLC overhauls for the Stegosaurus and the Mammoth, which will be pretty cool. They're both getting some really awesome features and some major changes to those creatures, and they will be getting some great buffs, some big changes, and some really cool new skills, which should make them both much more helpful and really useful. It's actually going to give us some great great extra gathering abilities for both of those creatures too, which should be a game changer for those of us who are still leveling up and progressing in the game. But since we don't have any new information about those, we've actually covered everything we currently know about the Stegosaurus and Mammoth TLC updates in our previous videos. So if you haven't watched those, check the description of this video and there are going to be links to both of those other updates, which will tell you everything that we knew about the Stegosaurus and Mammoth changes that are coming to the TLC update. Now we've also got some very minor updates, some quality of life changes for some other dinosaurs, which aren't extremely exciting, but we'll go over those real quickly. So the Giganotosaurus will now be maturing 15% faster when you breed them. Diplocaulus will have 30% more health, increased movement speed when you ride it. The Thylacoleo will now have a draining bleed effect as its basic attack, which will be pretty cool, except when you're in the redwoods and they attack you, which is going to stink even more than they already did. They've actually reduced the depth you need to breed a Megachelon, which will allow you to breed them on other maps, which should be pretty cool. And they have done a slight rebalance to the stats on wyverns, because with the new breeding mechanics, you could make them pretty overpowered, so they're going to balance that out just a little bit to make up for that. And Megalodons will actually be more dangerous now. They're going to get a pack bonus, so if there's a bunch of sharks, they'll actually do more damage and take less damage, and they're going to have a bleed attack on their basic attack, which is going to stink because even if a shark bites you and you get out of the water, you might still bleed to death on the beach, so be extra careful around sharks now, and they're going to be able to mature faster. Jerboas will be a little bit more useful because they can carry more weight, about twice as much, so you can kind of use them as a cute little backpack now. And the Ankylosaur is having a weight reduction increase, which means it can actually carry 10% more metal than it used to be able to because it weighs less on the Ankylosaur's inventory. And even though the Doedicurus was never an ambi-turner while it was in its rolling attack, it can actually turn while rolling now, which should make it a lot more fun. You can totally be Sonic the Hedgehog with those things now. And we've saved the best for last. No, actually, this isn't going to make much difference at all, but the Basilisk now has eyes. Yay! So let us know in the comments what you think about these changes and if there's anything you see that could be really exciting, because sometimes there's features that change a little bit, but you can actually do some really awesome tricks once they do change. And we would love to hear your opinions. Now another change they're doing on a couple of maps is they'll be boosting the amount of element that bosses drop. So on the island and the center, bosses will drop twice as much element, and on Scorched Earth, they'll increase by 50% how much element they drop when you kill them. And that's probably pretty nice because some of the new maps you can just pick up element and harvest it from the environment. You don't even have to kill bosses for it. So I guess this kind of makes up for that, makes it a little bit more balanced on other maps. And they said this is because they want to bring the element more into line with where we're at with new expansions, which makes me think we're going to be losing a lot more element in the upcoming Genesis 2 expansion. And they've also made some changes to turrets so you can mass set the settings of certain turrets within a certain range, which should make things a lot faster and easier when you've got a whole lot of turrets on your base. Now, in case you didn't get the memo, from October 22nd until November 6th, we have the Ark Halloween event, Fear Evolved 4, and that should be a lot of fun. We're actually going to be doing a guide very soon covering that event, all of the cool new items you can get, all of the event stuff you can do, so keep an eye out for that. We'll have that guide coming to this channel pretty soon, and the cool thing about that is right at the end of the Fear Evolved event, we'll get the TLC update right after that, the very next day. Also, keep an eye out because I have a feeling next week we'll get even more exciting news about this TLC update and some more features they'll be showing us. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell to enable all notifications because we've got a lot of helpful info coming your way really soon, along with some great live streams and Let's Plays, which will be really fun to watch. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or it was helpful, and share it with your friends so they can find out about all the cool new features coming to Ark really soon. And drop a comment and let us know what you are most excited about with the upcoming TLC update, because we always love hearing from you. So until next time, everybody stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media so your friends can enjoy it too.
And make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because we have lots of awesome new guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and let's plays for Ark and other awesome games coming soon, and you won't want to miss any of that.
We already have lots more fun and helpful videos just like this one, so check out the links at the end of this video to keep watching. You can also chat with other gamers if you join our channel's Discord at the link in the description.
If you want to earn great rewards while supporting this channel, click the join link next to the subscribe button for more information about our channel memberships. We want to give a big thank you to some of our biggest supporters of this channel: Sabo0283, Cole Parmenter, Emmy Fisher, Wolfgirl Be Like, Kelly Razak, and Ashley Owens. Thank you all so much for everything you do to make this channel possible.
So until next time, we hope you have fun on your own video game adventures, and
We will see you in our next video.